Welcome to my channel, everybody. I am Flash, and this is Gaming with Flash. On this channel here, this is strictly dedicated for games, anything and everything related to video games. Gaming has been my passion for a very long time. I love to talk about video games, love to play video games, and it's just one of those things that has always been with me. I've been playing games for almost over 30 years, the better portion of my life, right? And I just want to have a firm direction for this channel, and this is it. And it's taken me a while to get to this point to make this video, and I want to just preface by saying I have a lot of experience in different genres of games. Like I said, it's been a long time for me playing games, and games just being a part of my life. I'm a huge fan of these different types of card games. Huge fan of fighting games, racing games. There isn't a game that I've come across that I haven't really, a genre that I haven't loved at some point in time, one way or another. Now, as far as Marvel Snap goes, I've been playing a lot of Snap. The game released, I believe it was October 18th. October 18th of last year was the date, and from that day, every day since then, I've been playing Snap. Whether it be, at minimum, we're talking an hour or two, at minimum, every day since October 18th. It's just struck me. It's a good game. The economy is good. Well, when I say it's good, it's fine. It could be better, but it's simple. It's fast. It's simple. It's fun. You can get in and out, a couple of minutes, few minutes, and in and out of one game, onto the next game. Now, again, like I said, I had a lot of experience with card games. I'm playing a lot of Magic over the last 5 or so years. I've played a lot of Magic. I've played enough Magic over the last 5 years that more than most people play in like 10 years. So to say I have a lot of experience with this card game based system is kind of an understatement. But Snap is just great. It's fun. It's 12 cards to a deck and you just go. I love to build decks. So building decks, and when you play Magic, you got to build a 60 card deck. So building 12, even though there are a lot of strategies and intricacies with building just a simple 12 card deck, it is definitely for me a skill of mine. And I kind of want to showcase, I want to have a direction for this channel, and Snap is helping me take this channel in a very particular direction. What finally got me to making this video, I kind of held off for a while to get it going, and just the other day, which is at the time of recording this, we're talking about this with March 2nd here, I hit Series 3 completion, right? I am fully Series 3 complete, and my last card was Kingpin, I believe. So, and I want to say that I think my content will represent a very unique kind of position in the creator world. Like, I've been following all these guys almost since shortly after, maybe like a week or so after the game released, and I was playing a lot of it. Then I started to come across those content creators, the Cozies, the Alex, the Lobsters, and the Bootmans, and the whole list, the Teddies and the Specimens, the Milkies, the Snapsters, like all these guys, Empire, Regis Bekillen, like Jeff Hooglin, all these people, and they got good content, right? And you've got like a guy like Educated Collins, who doesn't really showcase gameplay, but he speaks well in terms of what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. He's very informed. He gets his messages across very astutely. And some of those guys are whales. They spend a lot of money on the game. Some are kind of in between. Some kind of have a lot, but they spend a crap ton of time playing. Like, they have time to dedicate to like stream for hours. I don't have that kind of time. I play a lot of the game, yes, but I play it in between my life. Like I said, I have a wife, I have kids, I have a full-time job, I have a side job. But I managed to get a lot of Snap in because it's convenient. It's mobile. You can play it in the bathroom. You can play it on break at work. You can play it when you wake up in the morning. Before you officially getting your day started. The end of the day. There are a lot of opportunities to get games in, and I like that. I love that. Right. But there's a unique, I think, kind of place where I don't spend a lot of money on this game. I spend the season pass, and that's it. I bought everybody should buy the intro bundle, the $3, the Captain America with the gold, and just buy that, just because the value makes sense, and you get a nice cool Captain America variant, which I will bring all that up in a second here. I'm just gonna bring the game up, but I just wanted to get some foundation in first. But I buy the season pass. I spend that $10, and since I play so much, there was once or twice that I got the $15 one, and I was like, I don't really need that because I play so much that it's fine. I breeze past 50 without a problem before the season ends. So I spend $10 on the game, and that's about it. Like, I bought the Jubilee one. I buy the ones that are value, so that was $5 that I spent. And the other ones that I buy some of I just bought the Deadpool one because the value was really good, but that's gold. It's 3,200 gold. I grinded to get the gold, right? And the tokens I got from the Deadpool bundle allowed me to pick up Shuri, which I had pinned in the token shop. we'll no pun intended, we'll pin the Shuri conversation just a second. But all of that being said, I'm kind of in the middle. I don't really spend a lot of money on the game. I spend just kind of the minimum, which what I view as the minimum, right? Because you buy the season pass, you spend the $10. You're supporting the developers, who are very good developers in the first place. They care about what people have to say, and they are linear about just kind of fixing the game, kind of dealing with problematic cards and listening to the community in a way that most developers just do not. Okay, they're accessible, right, and mostly transparent for the most part. So it's worth it just to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to support the game and help them keep this game going, which I think we should all do at some point. And the season pass, like I said, this is $10. You get the card. You don't have to worry, but you don't have to whine and complain. Oh, I don't have Zabu, I don't have Surfer, I don't. Just pick up the season pass and just don't complain about that. Because look at it as just a way of supporting the game that you play hours and hours and hours into, and you have to drop $60 or $70 for it, right? So let's just kind of be fair for a little bit, because the value you're getting out of it is way more than a $60 game, right? So let's just think about that. But again, I'm kind of in the middle. I don't think this game is pay to win. I've reached the point where it's been almost 5 months playing, and I've completed Series 3. And that includes Helicarrier, Coulson. I had Coulson and Maria Hill like a month ago, right? And I got Helicarrier just last week before it dropped into Series 3. So I had it just before it dropped into Series 3 anyway. So, which is funny because the game also gave me She-Hulk right before that had dropped into Series 3. So it's kind of funny, but I digress. So I'm Series 3, Pool 3, whatever, complete. I'm actually not including the data mined cards, not including the cards that haven't released into the game yet. I'm like 14 cards away from like completion, but that's a lot. 14 is, it might not seem like a lot, but it's still a lot in terms of resources. But it feels good, be Series 3 complete for the moment, right? And I just think that I got a good opportunity here. I have a second account that is completely free to play. I haven't even purchased the Captain America, the intro bundle, because I want it to be very free to play. And just a quick note on that, free to play is a grind. Your collection level is going to be low consistently. It's going to be a slow climb on your collection level. You're going to have a ton of credits that you're not going to be able to use because you don't have enough boosters. It's a grind. But it's funny because for that same reason, you can probably get to infinite easier on a free to play account. But we'll see. My free to play account is like 20 levels behind, 20 rank levels behind my paid account. But all that being said, let's get into some stuff here. All right, so we got. Well, first of all, let's make this full screen here. Okay. So what I've been playing a little bit of Shuri's. Okay, so let's address the Shuri thing. Excuse me. Do you need this card to compete in the current meta, if you will? No, but it helps. I don't have Thanos. I don't have Galactus, right? I don't have anything. But I have Shuri. And Shuri is... Man. There's a lot that Shuri fixes for you if you're just playing. I just want to... While we're talking, all of that, I just want to get some games here going. Maybe one or two, whatever. But Shuri is just one of those cards that... I knew when this season started, coming out of last season, you know, the grumblings of what is happening here, the grumblings of Zabu and Silver Surfer getting nerfed, all of that stuff. I looked up and I'm like, yeah, Shuri's gonna dominate this season. And in my head, you know, I was right. Turn 1, not much happening here. You mostly float in turn 1 with this deck anyway, unless you play Sunspot or, you know. Because you don't even if you get Zero Titania on turn 1, you don't want to necessarily play that. I like to get armor down. And just because that's right there, that's one of the lanes. If you get armor down, and if, you know, I'm playing Cosmo in this deck, if you get armor and Cosmo down, and Shuri, there's a high percentage chance that your opponent just taps out at that point. Once they see Shuri, they're kind of out of there, which I get it. See here, turn 3, no Cosmo, so I can just go 0 into Lizard here. Let's play 0 here, Lizard here. Now, the thing with Shuri decks, plural, is you're walking this fine line between having priority and not having priority, right? Now, because I only have one of 2 of the, you know, early combo pieces, that Cerebro, that is not going to be good. Although, I take it back. I think it'll be fine. As I was saying, when you have down one of the 2, Cosmo or Armor, the situation that you run into is if you have priority, your opponent gets a chance to hit you with a Shang-Chi in one of the lanes that you Taskmaster or whatever. So here, we're just gonna go Red Skull, right, on this turn. I'll probably play that left. But again, see, currently he has priority. Now, I would like him to keep priority, but I can't take the risk of what he has or doesn't have. See, now that's not a good play for him at all, because now I've got Red Skull down. I'm not going to snap at this point. I have the game won, but especially now, I have priority. Now, if he was maybe thinking about coming with a Cosmo here on the left lane to stop me from, doing my Taskmaster play, that would be... See, this is where the whole priority or no priority matters so much. And that's one of the things that you really need to be paying attention to. Personally, I think they need to brighten this up a little bit. Like you see here, it's just around, the border here. I think this entire section should be highlighted, because sometimes when you're playing, especially on mobile, you just kind of don't notice it, right? That's happened to me so many times where I forgot about it and I'm like, oh man, I didn't check the priority, and it causes you to win or lose based on that, because you don't back out. But this, I'm not sure what his play was. The arrow play, he was trying to think outside the box, and it screwed him. But this deck is very good. I was struggling because at the end of last season I dropped down to 50 because I went up over 80 last season, and I went to 50, and for 2 weeks into the season, 2.5, I was 50, I was 49, I was 48, like 47, 46, I was 53. It was a pendulum for me between 46 and like 53 for 2.5 weeks. And I got Shuri, and it was like 54, 56, 50. It was like, oh. This deck is very good. It's when you have the play line, I'm not gonna say it's unbeatable, but there's been two things that has derailed me playing Shuri deck: locations and Leech. That's it. And especially Leech, because sometimes, especially with this deck, I float on turn 5. So depending on how the play patterns have gone, if I don't have the right card in hand on turn 5 and I played Shuri on 4, I'll just float 5 to get into like especially if I have She-Hulk in hand, I'm doing that. Then I can go like She-Hulk Taskmaster, or depending on the situation, She-Hulk, just do the classic She-Hulk and Arrow. But sometimes you float on 5 and you get hit with that Leech, your plans are ruined. You might as well just go ahead and get out of Dodge. Let me play another one just to just keep it going here. But yeah, that's it's very good. I'm curious to see. I don't have the Thanos deck in hand. I haven't come up against it very much where I am at, rank wise. The funny thing about the Thanos deck is that I don't like playing Lockjaw. I'm just not a huge fan of the archetype. It's just not my personal preference. So it's like I'm happy to have Shuri. I'm in no rush to have Thanos, to try the Lockjaw deck, like just because it's good. That's another thing. Like, play what you like. Figure out what it is that you want to do in the game, right? If you want to grind to infinite, you don't care about, find yourself a way to get Shuri, right? Because she's way more accessible to get than Thanos, and just go from there, right? Because here's what I like to do here. If he doesn't float this turn, I might play an armor on the Collapsed Mine. Okay, he floated. But if you want to, like I said, you want to get on that grind to infinite, get yourself... Why am I not snapping? Because I don't have Shuri, and I snapped anyway. You can win with this deck without Shuri, it's just the play line is tougher. What was I saying? I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm actually going to 0 here. Yeah, let's 0. Get yourself one of the best decks and just play it. grind away to try to get to infinite if that's your goal. If you just want to have fun, you don't really care about rank, and you know you're just kind of gonna hang around the rank that you're at, then just play whatever you like. Play what you think is fun. Like, I like move decks. I think move decks are fun as heck. They're great. I think they're cool. I think we're gonna see the resurgence in some move decks maybe. I love to play Sarah decks. I'm a huge fan of that. I loved playing the Sarah, like the toxic Sarah deck. Oh, there was like a mesh of two archetypes that I loved. I love the hazmat Luke Cage stuff, and I just love Sarah decks. Like, Sarah decks are great to me. So that whole toxic miracle thing, it's great. Loved it. But play what you like. Have fun doing it, because if you're not having fun, then kind of defeating the purpose of what we're doing here, which is, you know, it's a game. We're just trying to have fun. Everybody try to have a good time. Oof, I don't know what the play line is here, because if he has a 6 cost and he's snapping, I usually, if anybody snaps on turn 6, I usually could like get out of dodge, but I'm gonna try to find a way to win here. Shuri into anything doesn't really. I'm making Shuri into Lizard. That's gonna make Lizard 10. Same with Titania. He's gotta have a 6. He's gotta have a 6 cost card here. I'm thinking Arrow, but where do I? Boy, I don't know. Card with the highest power there. Man, that's tough. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. If I lose 8 cubes, I lose 8 cubes. Maybe I can win this. I can win that lane. What do you do? Deathlock into. What is that? Into Killmonger? Oh, thanks for the 8 cubes. Oh no! Oh, still got it. Good times. Sometimes you just gotta trust the process. Hey, look, any 50-50s you're kind of leaning one way or the other on, just play it out. Just play it out. If it could go either way, and it's like a guessing game, a 50-50, those are good odds. Take it. Just play it out, see what happens. But yeah, that's what I want to do around here, man. Just want to play some games. I want to play some Snap. I want to get involved in the community. If you guys feeling this, if you guys liking my content, what I can bring to the table here in this first one, you know, like the video, subscribe, do all those fun things, right? Share things. But yeah, just enjoy the time playing the game, and that's it. That's all I got. I'm Flash. This is Gaming with Flash, and hopefully I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.